As we are in dhyana, especially towards end of dhyana, always dhyana means that saguna Brahma, what is being highlighted here as sakalam. So when a person does dhyana, especially that making that all the chakras, as we followed the dharana, keeping in that order, and of course bringing the deities. If the person starts doing dhyanam, definitely the person will have or will be free from maranam and bhayam. Verse number 79, I think we have seen it. So that's why marana bhaya haram yogini jnanamutra tam vedam jnanarupa, and of course comes chinnavastha. In fact, when this Navaratri time, on 6th day, when we do Skandamata puja, so on that day also in tantric puja, Chinnavastha is being worshipped. Like each day, each is like including Bagalamukhi and other things. So instead of Gauri, so Bagalamukhi comes there. So when we look at all these aspects very carefully, that how the deities are part of dhyanam, that is most important thing. I don't want to get into too much technical aspect, because as you know better, this text is meant for advanced people, or at least if you are sincere practicing. So that's why I was trying to talk many things, but slowly I discovered it is echoing back. Sometimes when you talk somewhere, there is nobody. Hello, what happens? Whatever you say, it comes back to you. So when I started realizing it is echoing back, so now I have brought down my expectation, especially on you people, okay? And when I brought down my expectation on you people, I am the happiest person now, okay? However, now question may arise, why and how this dhyanam helps? Because when you are bringing, especially Ishvara, there are yagas, rituals, fire rituals, that which is part of, or there we bring Ishvara, and here also Ishvara. Then what is the difference between this? So to arrive at point, he nicely brings this verse number 80. Aswamedha sahasrani Vajapeya satani cha ekasya dhyana yogasya tulam narhanti sodashim. Here he says, look, if a person does hundreds of Ashwamedha yaga, so there is a given ritual where Ashwa, the horse, will come, and certain procedures are there. So if that ritual is being done, thousands, and of course Vajapeya satani, even if hundreds of Vajapeya yagya. So have you ever heard this Vajapeya yagya? If you have not heard, that means you have not listened to Kathopanishad. We have talked in details in Kathopanishad. See, at least if not, you should remember, okay? Our ex-prime minister, one of the ex-prime minister name, what is that name? Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So why it is called Vajpayee? Because in his family, somebody had done Vajpayee Yaga. That's why it's called Vajpayee. See, most of the surnames that is in India, especially North India, this place, is related to their ancestors, like Dwivedi. Dwivedi means the one who is proficient in two Vedas, Trivedi, Chaturvedi, three Vedas, Chaturvedas. And I have seen in Odisha we have beautiful, because small kingdoms. The surname is called Uttara Kavata, means the one who was guarding northern gate of the palace. Dakshina Kavata, Purva Kavata, all this. So each one, okay, very nice. You should, like another one is there, Gada Nayaka. Same thing also. So the one who was the captain, commander in chief of the whole effort, whole fort. However, coming back to the point. So Vajpayee, so that means this Kathopanishad has gone from the mind, okay? So Swamiji, now time has come to start again. However, coming back to the point. So hundreds of Vajpayee Yaga or thousands of Ashram Yaga brings whatever benefits. Remember, ekasya dhyana yajnasya tulam naharti. So once you do this meditation, you cannot compare that with this. Do you know why? Because those results is just one portion of 16 portion. If you consider this dhyana yoga is 16, so all those put together, only one portion of 16 parts. That means dhyana is most important aspect. But remember, never ever follow this yogic dhyana, so-called, I would rather say, so-called yogic dhyana. The reason is why I have seen in many ashrams. That's why this is what I have a problem. I don't encourage including in TTC dhyana. And most of the ashrams, so dhyana will be in the early morning. I have seen in one ashram, I cannot forget in my life, and that too, early morning dhyana, people don't take bath. I have noticed also people don't change their dress. That's the horrible thing. They get up, wash their face, and come, and and it will be cold, even if it is not cold. So you can put a shawl, cover your head, and sit down. Dhyanam. Only you will hear what? Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Then you shake your head, okay? I am not telling you jokes, you should go to different ashrams. Then only you will understand. I request all of you, you must get exposed to other ashrams to understand the importance of our teaching. And not just simply go and come back. No, you should go and stay there and fully associate yourself for 1 month, 2 months, fully involved. Then only you will understand who are we. Suppose if you feel comfortable there, better stay back, okay? Which is good for us. And if you come back, you will come back as a changed person, as a different person. And if you don't come back, it's better for us, okay? I'm just announcing it openly, loudly, okay? So that I would love to have less people, no problem. So coming back, so you can see this, how this dhyana yoga, because not to be practiced in keeping with so-called yoga people, so-called yogic dhyana, where there is no lifestyle, Little bit asana and some breathing exercise and jumping straight ahead to meditation, closing the eyes. So that is not going to be helpful at all. So don't compare with that. And those people talk a lot, I am doing dhyana. Swamiji, every day I do dhyana. What can you say? Yes, I can see you that you are doing dhyana, okay? At least that happen, all are free from you, okay? I don't know whether you are free from others or not, but definitely others are free from you. So for that sake, I really respect you. Why can't you increase from half an hour to 1 hour, 2 hours, okay? Anyway, let us not get into. Now question may arise, okay? All these things fantastic, but would like to know, so what would be the difference between this dhyanam and samadhi? Because everybody talks differently about samadhi, and as many people do not have access to samadhi, there is a big controversy. Also, I would like to say openly, please don't misunderstand me. Each one of us, wherever we are being exposed in the early age, when our mind was tender, those impressions becomes a stronger imprint in our mind. Unless a person works seriously, will not overcome. So what psychologically they say, that whatever childhood pain one has gone through, always will be reflected in every part of the life, unless the person rewinds carefully, completely, in a disciplined manner. If anything is missing or anytime anything happens, the person will go back to the childhood experience, and those experiences becomes the point of reference. This is called psychological impact. So as this happens with reference to my experience or childhood experience, also where I am exposed, especially in the beginning stages of spirituality, that creates a very big impact in the field of spirituality whole life. If I observe especially every Indians with due respect, every boy would like to be dressed like, you know this, Swami Vivekananda. Because Vivekananda is a great icon of youngsters. Now what happens? Please understand. I have also gone through. Now recently new trend started coming. Now children are being dressed as Adi Shankaracharya. Some trend is changing now. In our time, we never bothered about Adi Shankaracharya, only Swami Vivekananda. Now when we are going, or suppose let us say me as, child, looked at Swami Vivekananda as a great icon. Now definitely I will start studying Swami Vivekananda literature. And while studying Swami Vivekananda literature, remember, without studying Ramakrishna Paramahansa literature, Swami Vivekananda literature is not complete. So who happens to be his guru? Now when I start studying Swami Ramakrishna literature, what happens? Now Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa message becomes a point of reference, including while studying Veda or Vedanta, which is a disaster. Can you see this point? Because yesterday when Swami came, he was talking, okay? In fact, this is what Swami Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said. And Veda also talks the same. I said, yeah, thank you. So this is a very serious thing to observe. And unless the person talking which is good or bad, that is not my point. Point is how my mind works. And especially when you talk about samadhi. So each one talks samadhi differently. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa samadhi is different. If you look at Patanjali samadhi, is different. If you want to listen to Yogananda, he will talk differently. I am just bringing few people, okay? And present day gurus also, they will talk differently samadhi. Now, which samadhi you will adopt? Wherever you have been exposed in the beginning, or whatever is convenient for you. Is it clear? That's why the first thing we need to understand here is that wherever I have been exposed in the beginning, I need to analyze carefully. It is exactly like my childhood experience. I was helpless to go through certain things in my childhood. Did I decide? No. Did you decide to go through your childhood experiences? None of you decide. It just happened. And it was supposed to happen. Nothing wrong in it. But when it happened, what you should do? Now, as a grown-up person, what you should do? Are you supposed to hold on to your childhood experience all the time? But generally what you do? Just be honest. Any experience you look at, do you look at from the lens of your childhood experience or not? I can be honest to myself. Let me share with you all. You all will agree with reference to food. The taste bud that we had developed in our childhood, does it continue all the time or not? If you are South India, Tarishalam, our fellows will start smiling, okay? Because the moment they hear the word Tarishalam, okay, Atruptim. Forget about seeing and eating, okay? And of course, Italians, pasta. So how, or whatever food you have developed, okay? Just example sake, okay? General. So how that childhood taste bud that you had developed always, becomes point of reference, or anything happens, you want to come back to that. And when it happens with reference to food, what to talk of the subtle impression? That's why one has to be extremely careful and alert. And this text, demands that alertness. And here he says, look, there is a very subtle difference between samadhi and dhyanam. So how you can look at the difference? If you ask the point, there are many ways to look at. So the first thing is, he says, look, first let me talk about what is samadhi. First two verses, let us look at what is samadhi. Please read. Upādhisya tatha tattvam dvayametat udahrutam upādhi pratyate varṇa tattvam atma vidhiyate. Upādheranyathā jnāna tattva sansthitiranyatha. समस्तोपाधि विध्वंसी सदाभ्यासेन जायते. He tries to bring 2 points. That there are 2 things to be known. One is called upādhi, other one is called tattva. Remember, upādhi is called varṇa. Next one says, upādhi pruchyate varṇa. Upādhimsya tatha tattvam duyam etat udahrutam. There are 2 things to be recited, to be explained, or to be known. One is upādhi, other one is tattva. So upādhi is called varṇa and tattva is called atma. So the verse number 81 is completed. So in 1 month I can complete, okay? So whether you understand or not. But don't worry, I'll summarize. Then verse number 82 says, look, upādhe anyatha jnanam tattva sastiti anyatha. He says, look, if you try to see that very carefully, that upādhi always gives you anyatha jnanam, called viparita jnanam iti. We have discussed this very carefully in details in both Shiva Samhita and also Bhagavad Gita, also in our what is that called? Yoga Sutra. I think I have taken details regarding upādhi in different occasions. So in short, job of the upādhi is supposed to give viparita jnanam, anyatha jnanam. That which is not there, it will give. How? We give the beautiful example that the glass, there is a glass. So now in that glass, opposite side you keep red cloth. We use the word crystal or glass, now red cloth. Now how the glass will appear? It will appear as a ruby. Don't say as a red glass, okay? It will not appear as a red glass. If you say red glass, sorry, that means you don't understand, okay? That means you are a Brahmagyani. So it will appear as a ruby. Now what is the job of this glass? Between the cloth and glass. Now the glass gives the knowledge that which is not actually different knowledge. Can you see this point? So this is called in short upādhi. Now he says, look, there are 2 things to be known. One is upādhi, other one is atma. So he says upādhi is varṇa. We'll see what is varṇa. And other one is called tattva, is called atma. So if I am atma, the atma is tattva, the truth. Other than truth, anything and everything is upādhi. Because ekam atma iti. Atma, that is which is only one, there cannot be 2. So that means tattva, the truth, or the atma is one. So other than atma, anything and everything is called upādhi. Is it clear? And then you may ask the question, what about Ishvara? Ishvara is also upādhi. And to bring this concept, very nice, very subtle aspect he has brought in. He says, upādhi varṇa iti. So why he is varna? Because he wants to bring pranava, onkara. Onkara also is called varna. So what is onkara pranava? Pranava is nothing but the subtlest explanation of the Ishvara. Omiti avidhiyate. Sankshepena brabhimi. Omiti. If you want to explain the totality, if you want to explain the Ishvara without any ambiguity, without any mistake, without any shortcuts, that is called Om. We have discussed, we have seen in details. So he gives this reference that varna onkara iti. So that means he brings, including the Ishvara as upādhi. And because that is upādhi, he says, look, that samasta upādhi vidvansi sada bhyasena jayate iti. So what he says, all the upādhi is subject to get destroyed. Swamiji, Ishvara is going to destroy it. So why to relate with Ishvara? You understand? I am going to destroy it, also Ishvara is getting destroyed. So why to relate with Ishvara? That's why, I am Brahmagyani, Atmagyani. So who is that I talking? You understand the concept? Conveniently, how you change your role, how you shift. Especially you observe yourself. When you advise someone, how you advise? Or especially when you listen to someone, better word, when you listen to someone, while listening, how you change your role conveniently. And while listening to someone, do you advise or not? If the person just wants you to listen to, the person never expects to advise, what you do? You forget listening, you start talking. So poor fellow, instead of having, some relief, will have more burden. Joke apart. So how you do? How this role shift takes place without your knowledge. And here also same thing. So the Ishvara itself is upādhi. In fact, Brahman plus Maya, Maya means upādhi, is called Ishvara. Don't forget. So when this is called upādhi, so what we need to do? So we need to understand very carefully that Atma is truth. Other than Atma, anything and everything is false. Number one. Number two, he arrives at very carefully. So upādhi, even though it is subject to be destroyed, but it is not easy to understand. That's why he uses this word sada abhyasena jayate iti. Here you need constant alertness. Constantly you need to be aware. Then only one can understand that this can happen. How? So he says, you try to understand through this dhyana and samadhi concept. So the teaching, how it is being translated, you can have a look at. So the difference, let us read. Sabdadinam chatan matram yavat karnadi shustitam tavadeva smrutam dhyanam samadhi syadatah param. So thank you. More of it we'll see all at a time.